Hello and welcome everyone to our very first virtual Osceola 2020 debates. My name is Jordan Monahan. I'm a political correspondent with Osceola Star newspaper, and we are very excited to bring a virtual debate to you today. I would like to start the proceedings by thanking our event sponsors. Without them, this event would not have taken place. The sponsors of the event are Kissimmee Utility Authority, Osceola Star newspaper, and Orlando Magic. Today, we are joined by Julius Melendez, running for School Board District 2. And our panelist for this debate is going to be Valencia College student, Sebastian Valenzuela. I would like to go over the rules for this debate. Each candidate will have 1 minute opening statement, and a debate with one candidate, a panelist will ask 3 questions in total, and the candidate will have 1 minute to answer each question. After each of the panelists have asked their question, and all candidates have answered, the candidate will have a 30-second closing statement. There will be a timer which works as follows. So this is the last 15 seconds, and we will be timing each debate. So with that said, I would like to introduce Mr. Sebastian Valenzuela with Valencia College. Please ask your first question.
Hello, Mr. Melendez. My first question is, what is your motivation behind running to be a board member?
Well, thank you. I ran in, well, a quick intro fast. I'm Julius Melendez running for District 2. I served on the school board previously in 2008 to 2012. That's when the economic recession had really hit really hard, and we were faced with the financial crisis. We had to deal with the federal government, the state government, the local government, all coming down on us and not being able to fully fund our schools. So we were able to balance the budget without any school closures, without any mass teacher layoffs. We're able to finish St. Cloud High School and Osceola High School renovations, and we even increased the IB program at Celebration. So I want to be able to use that experience during the difficult time that we have now for Corona, because the state of Florida just estimated their revenues are going to be short because of the sales tax revenue and other things. Believe it or not property tax, because our property tax valuations sustain themselves before, and we get some money through that pot. So I have the ability to be able to navigate during these challenging times. And the other reality is my son is 9 years old now. When I was first served on 2008, my son was born when I was in Iraq, when I was deployed. So I really didn't have the opportunity to implement measures and see them immediately result in my household. But now was option to educate him at home, because I wasn't sure that the school district had a comprehensive plan to keep our students, logistically sound, not just safe, but to be able to work things out without any hiccups. And I thought I'd do my part by keeping my son home and being able to see the school district be able to provide that adequate level of service for everyone else.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Mr. Sebastian Valenzuela, if you could please ask your first question.
Second question, sorry.
First question.
First question? Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
So what's your motivation behind running to be a board member?
Well, kind of like what we did before, I like to do a couple of things. Number one is transparency. I believe that the process of the coronavirus transition is very non-foreseeable. Like, nobody on the school board could have really seen this coming. I mean, we do have hurricanes in the state of Florida and other emergencies that we have contingency plans in order on how to deal with them. But with Corona, it's kind of up in the air. So for instance, the superintendent had done a survey of parents and teachers to let them know what are their opinions beforehand, but we never had a follow-up public hearing to let us know what the results were. We just kind of followed up with another survey saying, do you want option 1, option 2, or option 3? Me as a board member, I would like to be able to actually listen to parents, not just kind of go through the motions and say, okay, here's a survey. At the end of that survey, if I was on the board, I would have had a board workshop open to the public and let them know, hey, what are the top 10 answers? These were the top concerns that we had, and coming up with a comprehensive written plan on how to address them. Because the reality is our district is large and it's a large bureaucracy. We can't address every single concern, adequately to everyone's satisfaction. But if we can let people know that and give them that confidence that say, look, there was 100 top concerns, but we can only address 10 immediately because we can only divert so many resources to do it. Or if there's a reason why we couldn't satisfy those concerns, we let them know why. And I think that we have better buy-in from parents and teachers when we do that, because no plan is perfect. And I'm not here to judge the superintendent or judge the current board or anybody for anything that may have come to this conclusion. But I think that we need to incorporate as many people as possible. A quick example, like I have a cybersecurity background. I knew
Okay.
that changing passwords was important. And so that was something that we needed to do initially. I'm sorry, I don't see a timer on the screen, so I'm sorry.
Thank you,
I don't
Mr.
know.
Melendez.
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Velasquez, if you could ask your second question.
All right, thank you. So, what is your vision for education in the Osceola community? What type of environment do you wish to provide?
Well, I want to have one that is increased morale and increased buy-in. And that comes from transparency. When we have the budget, I want to be able to have that conversation with our teachers union and also our support staff and let them know, hey, we have to have a healthy reserve. We can't just use every dollar that we have and give it to them in teacher salaries. I would love to do that and give everyone the biggest pay raise ever. But then if we have a situation like we do now with Corona, it won't be sustainable because how do we pull from our reserves to maintain our status quo? So my biggest thing is really that transparency and that openness and letting them know that, hey, I'm willing to fight for you if it exists. Now, if it doesn't exist, I'll let you know why. And I think that when you have that open and honest dialogue, that people will respect you more and they won't question why we make a decision. When we make a decision, everyone needs to know these are the reasons why we made it because of X, Y, and Z. And I think that when you do that, you build that level of trust, then you increase the morale and you let people know, hey, we make these sacrifices now, but in the future, when times get better, we can make you whole.
Thank you. Mr. Valenzuela, if you could please ask your third question.
My final question is, if you're elected, how would you address the recently surfaced issue of sexual abuse in Osceola County schools?
Excellent. I actually had a conversation with one of the leaders, Miss Olivia Tyndall. And one thing that we wanted to do was the school district actually has some like cyberbullying and reporting. I wanted to actually have a workshop to know what is the formal response and is it equal across the district? Because from what my understanding is, and I don't know because I haven't had a board workshop, I'm not on the board, is that there's a lot of discretion. In other words, like a principal at one school can say, well, this is how I'm going to deal with it. A principal at another school may have a different set of protocols. And I don't believe in that. I believe in a uniform set of protocols. Now, based on the nature of the allegation, we can respond differently, but I believe that the type of response needs to be uniform across the entire district. And so far, I believe that there needs to be an anonymous reporting system, and I believe something exists. You know, I don't want to jump on the bandwagon and say, yes, the school district is doing it incorrectly, because I have seen a cyberbullying, link on the website for every page. Now, I want to be able to link those together, whether it's sexual abuse, cyberbullying, or traditional face-to-face bullying. I believe that a reporting system and a response system needs to be uniform across the board. And so whenever we do have problems, we're able to address them and deal with them, because it may be that I may have to go to the authorities, because if there's a serious sexual abuse allegation like such as rape, the school district shouldn't even deal with that. We should just forward that over to the police and actually have a formal investigation conducted by the local authorities.
All right. Thank you so much. Now, if you can, a 30-second closing statement.
Well, I want to appreciate everyone for getting together. I know these are very brief, but hey, I hope you guys can sense the passion that I have in my voice, because the kids are important. These are our students that are going to be our future leaders, and we understand that. But we're also going to be great citizens, because not everyone is destined for the college track. Some of them may be vocational training, some may be working at a family-owned business, and continuing that literacy, that basic literacy is really important, and really getting students motivated. And at the end of the day, it's our taxpayer money, and we should have that open transparency as well. So thank you for having me here, and thank you for visiting and the little time that we have. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, please visit votemelendez.com. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Julius Melendez, School Board District 2 candidate, and also Sebastian Valenzuela with Valencia College. We appreciate you guys' time. Thank you so much. And also to our online audience.